We're going to have a fun evening tonight with our VIP guests from Ubisoft. Okay, we're all here. Why are we here to celebrate? What are we here to celebrate, guys?
The release of the game!
You can do better than that. What are we here to celebrate? Okay, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. So without further ado, I'm going to turn it over to our MC, Youssef. Take it away, Youssef.
You're going to need those. You're going to need those. What's going on, everyone? My name is Youssef. I work at Ubisoft. I'm so excited to be here today. And I'm more excited even to introduce these two gentlemen up here with me. Here we go. Okay. Mic's working?
It seems so, yes.
It seems so. Excellent. So, you can all give me a big round of applause for the creative director of Mario plus Rabbids of Davide Soliani.
It's a pleasure being here. Little bit with Grant, but with you it's a pleasure. Pleasure.
And of course, I mean, the man correcting the pronunciation up here, Grant Kirkhope.
Thank you for coming, everybody. Very appreciative.
Now, thank you two so much for being here. So we have a list of questions we're going to talk to Grant and Davide about. Of course, you all also submitted some questions, as you were saying in line, we're going to get some of those as well. And let's start it off, Davide. This is, following Kingdom Battle. This is now the second game with Mario and the Rabbids. What about that combination works? Why does it work so well with the Rabbids and the Mario characters going together?
I think it's their differences, their contrast existing between the two universes is giving us a lot of opportunity to create humor and crazy situations. So we always try to translate that into narrative, so the adventure, which in Sparks of Hope is way more present than Kingdom Battle, but also in terms of mechanics and situation. And now with the quest system, with adventure, with the fact that you can choose your adventures, so quests and battles, it's even more present than ever. So that's it.
I gotta follow up. I gotta ask. Like the first time they came together, was there a moment where you just knew this worked? Because the games are so funny. There's so much comedy between the two. It seems like it just makes sense. Was there a moment where everything clicked?
Yes. So first of all, when we started to work on this, for us it was a dream. We were always scared that to receive a no from Nintendo, from Ubisoft, so we were kind of anxious about this dream, this journey stop at some point. But during the production, while we were experimenting with the game, with the prototypes, the moment that we created the team jump in combat, it was the moment we knew that we had something that no one had ever done before. And we used that kind of interaction to create the foundation of the combat system. Then we worked on it.
Now, Grant, this is your second Mario Rabbids game composing as well. You composed on both games. What's your favorite thing about composing for these characters, and do you try to match the music to the personalities?
I think that sometimes if you work on a game, say it's a dark game all the way through, you get to write dark music all the way through. Or very comedic, you get to write comedic music all the way through. But with Mario Rabbids, especially this game, the story's got lots of light and dark in it. So we got to write music that was a little bit scary, a little bit funny, a little bit, there's some bits and pieces. So I think that it's been a great kind of it's way different than our last game. I kind of feel like it's a real step up. I think Davide moaned, incessantly through the entire project about how has to be better, Grant, and not a crapper, a better, all the time, right? So I used to have nightmares where I was just lying in bed, I'd just hear the voice, and I'd write a piece, send it overnight to Milan, I'd wake up thinking, here it comes, Grant, it's a good, but it's a crapper. So, I just got it all the time. So it's completely true, don't listen to that. So, it's been a real, because Davide pushes also, Yoko and Gareth pushes also hard, I feel like we've written better music because of it. So it was way harder to write music in this game than the last game, but in a good way. So it's kind of, I've written music, I feel like it's the best music in my career. You may think differently, but I think so far. So you'll have to let me know when you hear it. But I really feel like it's a real step up. Like the game all around, sonically, the way it looks, the way it plays, it's kind of come of age. And I kind of feel like on the last game we all were like, is it going to work? Is it going to work out? Like we know it works now. So we got the chance to really push the boat out. Can't know what that means. Push the boat out, you know what that means? No.
Push the button.
Push the boat, no, boat. Push it, you see blank. Yeah, can't get it out. Yes, yes, I feel like it's good all right, so yeah.
Yeah, I mean, as someone who's been playing the game non-stop for the past few days, I can attest to the fact that the score is quite amazing. And, push the boat out all the way.
Yeah, I mean, after about 10 books on this page, it's gone a long way, so I'll make it 20 for that.
Okay. Let's get to some audience questions as well. This one's for Davide. What new feature, idea, character was your favorite to bring to Mario + Rabbids Sparks of Hope? Because there's new features, ideas, and characters. Do you have a specific favorite?
Well, for sure, in Sparks of Hope, the intention was to bring a lot of perception of freedom in the combat system. That's why we try to remove the grid system, but also we remove the action console. So in Kingdom Battle, you were choosing amongst different skills in closing icon on the action console. Here, you have button assignment of your ability, so it's like more action oriented. So in terms of feature, I would say this kind of mechanic was the most interesting one. And in terms of character, I love all of them. If I have to choose one, I would say Edge, because it's kind of showing the evolution that we are taking inside, the evolution and revolution that we are taking inside the Rabbids project. And then, don't believe anything that Grant is saying, because it's always whining.
It's all true, all true.
Grant, I'm going to ask you a quick call after this, but Davide, you mentioned Edge, and now obviously the game came out today. If people don't know who Edge is, because obviously this is a brand new character, tell us a little bit about Edge. Who is Edge?
Well, Edge is a character that has been inspired a lot by old Japanese RPG. And for us, she's like a female version of Clint Eastwood, so with true expression, with those words and without. And she's very tough, so to me, it's a very interesting character. It's kind of advanced in the way players have to play with it, but then when you know how to use it, it's gonna be phenomenal.
Oh yeah, and she's also got a really big sword, so like that's all around. Grant, Davide said Edge, one of his favorite characters, maybe the favorite. Who's your favorite character?
It has to be Rabbid Peach. No problem at all. Give it to the Peach fans. I mean, she's just a complete I mean, what you need to remember is, I know what he's going to say.
Because she's inspired on
Rabbid Peach was based on Davide, because he's such a diva. He's a real diva now. After the first game, it was quite nice. After the first game, he was like, yeah, I did this game. And he just became Rabbid Peach incarnate. So he basically, Rabbid Peach is really based on Davide. That's the way he behaves these days. He's got like a golden throne.
You answer the question.
So actually, in Ubisoft the Landmark, he's got a golden throne, and he sits on the throne and says, "You animate, you program, you music," like that. And he's wears a crown like that all the time. He takes all his selfies. Oh, look at me, I'm a crown, Davide, like that. He's just terrible. He's such a diva. Sorry, we all just bow down. So Rabbid Peach, alias Davide Soliani, is the best. Not Davide Soliani, just Peach.
He did say you were the best. So.
That was a mistake. I didn't mean that.
Okay, I have another audience question for you. That how does the gameplay inspire the music, and vice versa? Does the music inspire the gameplay as well?
Well, obviously, the music inspires all the gameplay. Without the music, Davide would have nothing to work with. Right? It's obvious that the music comes first. Really, I guess it's like anything you do, like the cinematic sequences. I feel the cinematic sequences this time are really movie-esque. That kind of Marvel-y sound, Marvel, if you like, you know, that kind of, you know, it's a bit like that. So we've got a lot of darkness in the cinematics, a lot of big epic moments, and I guess everybody's going to say, I write epic music, right? But I think I did. So I did all the cinematic sequences. No, I don't want yours. No way. Oh, that beard. Oh, you know. God. Sorry, what was the question? I forgot the question. So like, obviously, you watch the cinematics, you watch the gameplay, and you try to match up the music to what's happening on the screen, right? And then, if you match it to the background, or you match it to the actual action, so you kind of choose which is best. You know, but whatever I write, Davide is the one that has to say yes or no. So, you know,
Unfortunately for me.
generally speaking, it was a no most of the time, and a yes occasionally. So, you know, that's my life. It's a slave. I'm just a slave to Davide.
Davide, obviously Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle came out 5 years ago in 2017 now. When you started working on Sparks of Hope, what was the creative process like? You had a solid, very solid foundation, but you built upon it greatly. Did you know immediately where you wanted to start, what you wanted to change?
No, we experiment a lot. We do make tests, we fail, and it's good to fail because in the process you learn faster what is working, what is not working. So I believe that one of the elements that was really triggering our needs was to bring this feeling of freedom to the player in the way that we wanted all of you to use the cartridge in the combat system, and that's why we went for the direct control. Then, because it was very convincing in combat, and also because since Kingdom Battle we established a super cool relationship with our community. Everyone wanted to explore the environment that we were creating, so we said, okay, let's transport that also in exploration. So today you are controlling not people anymore with character following, but you are controlling the character. And this, in a way, if I go back to the previous question, the open approach of this game influenced the music as well. So when we left the Mushroom Kingdom to go in a more cosmic adventure, we created planets with different identity characteristics. So this inspired us to create specific music, specific quest, specific NPC, and specific narrative arc inside each planet that then were part of the big narrative arc of the whole game.
And Grant, similarly, now that you've gone back and you knew, I'm assuming, the premise of the new game, you knew what you had done on Kingdom Battle. What are the first steps in creating a brand new soundtrack for a game?
Well, the first step is...
Lasting 6 months. And
if only. The first step was I had to write this first battle piece. It was called the FP battle. I guess it's first playable slice of the game. And I started off thinking, I've done Kingdom Battle, this is going to be great. 27 versions later, I was going, Davide, I just can't think, I've got nothing left to write. I've done 27 versions. You're still complaining about it.
You are not telling the truth.
That is the actual truth. That's the actual truth. Tell me how it's different.
I asked you to write something out of your heart. And you wrote the Mario version.
Oh well, yeah.
So you're not...
No, that's not strictly true. All right, so after the Donkey Kong DLC, right? It was like summer 2018. We did finish that. And he said to me, Granta, why don't you write to me something for Mario, that's Mario from your heart, like the passion for Mario? And I was like, all right, well, are you going to pay? No, not money, you pay, you do it. I was like, all right, that sounds like a great deal. I'll write a piece for you, you don't pay me, and that's great. So, but yeah, I want the passion from your heart, Grant. I was like, oh God. So I wrote this thing that I called the Mario Overture. So it's about, I guess, 12 to 15 minutes long. That long is it? I don't know.
It was 7 minutes.
Oh, right, 7. All right. Are you sure? thought it was flat 10. Anyway, so I kind of just did a few, like 3 or 4 or 5 themes in that piece of music that I thought said Mario to me. And I sent it off. I sent the first little bit off.
No, that's it. You answer.
No, I sent the first little bit off to Davide, and he called me and went, "Granta, it's a beautiful. Oh, I can't believe it. Oh." So, Davide's a true Italian. He's quite a crier. And I was like, all right, calm down. Oh, no, my God, no. Like this.
Just like that.
That's the truth, right? But actually, some of the themes from that Mario overture made it into the game. So Curse's theme is in the game from that overture, and the summer exploration, I think, is also in the game. So it kind of worked out well, so I did get paid for it in the end a little bit. He sort of, until Davide cries, it's not good enough. Until you go, oh, like that, like a true Italian, then you're not. But then apart from that, and then it came to starting the game, the first battle piece, that really was 27 versions, and I was just going, I'm done. I've been to find somebody else. I can't write anymore. The 27 versions, you're still complaining. I don't know what to do.
But then the final version was fantastic.
So, yeah, after I didn't kill myself, obviously.
I mean, it turned out perfect in the end, so all that ends well, right?
I lost a lot of hair, right?
Black had a hair before this game.
It's all black. I look at it great.
Great, though, but a quick follow-up because this time around you worked with 2 other composers, Yoko Shimomura and Kirkhope. What was that process like? How did it change this time around?
There we go. So Yoko doesn't speak very much English, so I think I had no contact with her at all. But Roman Brio, who's the audio director, he was the main. So I guess kind of Roman Brio was the guy that was in charge of keeping us all busy by allocating music to to Yoko, to Gareth and to me, and he kind of put it all together. So he made sure it all kind of matched up. So even though there's 3 composers, it does sound very cohesive as a score together. So I know Gareth, because Gareth lives in LA where I live, so I know he's another Brit like me, so I know him pretty well, so we talk quite a lot. But Yoko, only because her English isn't great, and I know that Roman had to talk to her agent in Japan, because he spoke English, so he talked to the agent, he talked to Yoko, and then come back like that. Any feedback that they had to go through the agent to get to Yoko. So it's worked out fantastically well. I mean, I kind of feel like you wouldn't expect 3 composers for it to work really well, but it genuinely has. I mean, I would say that, but it really has worked really well. And so, what can I say? It's one of those things that you don't really expect. A bit like the game, right? Who'd have thought that Mario and the Rabbids would go well together, but they really do. Who'd have thought that Yoko and Gareth and me would go well together, but it really worked. So, it's been one of those.
I think the real challenge for Roman Brio was to take the best out of each of you guys, because you have very strong characteristics and you are so different and peculiar in your music. So his ability was to make something common out of your work. And in the end, I really believe that this soundtrack of this game is incredible. So you will tell us, but I think it's really.
Somebody's a video that said that. Any video of that? So I know he said it? Anybody?
Well, because of the other 2 composers.
Exactly, there we go. That's a Davide that I know. Yeah.
Davide, we have an audience question for you. How much input did Nintendo have on both games? Was there less input from Nintendo for Sparks of Hope because they trusted your team more after the success of Kingdom Battle?
So basically, we are working with Nintendo since 2013. We never stopped working with them. And today is almost end of 2022, so it's like solid 9 years. We learned a lot from each other. And since the very beginning, they told me, Davide, don't be afraid of asking us everything. Worst case scenario, we are going to say no. So in those years, I received a lot of no, a lot of yes. And but the game is developed by us. So sometimes we are sending them beats, they are playing the game, they are giving us their opinion and suggestion, but then it's all gone from the development in Ubisoft. But that being said, I believe that in those years we gained a lot of trust. So in Sparks of Hope, we have been able to do way more than we have been able to do in Kingdom Battle.
And then, Grant, for you, another audience question. How has composing music changed over the years?
Well, for me, not at all. So I write the same way that I wrote it at Rare, and I started in that. It's no different. I just mess around on the keyboard until I hear something I like, chords, it's melody like that, and then it's I'm not a very intelligent composer, I'm sure you can gather that from talking to me. So I'm not really very intelligent like that. I just kind of mess around until I like it, and then send it to his lordship, and then his lordship decides whether it's good enough or not, and I do it again, generally speaking. Yeah, I feel the technology's changed, so also I can write better quality music in the way it sounds, like sonically. Better sample libraries, all that kind of stuff, the things that I use. I mean, if you told me in 1995 when I was working on the Game Boy, doing Diddy Kong's Quest from the SNES, like converting it from the SNES to the original grey Game Boy, that I'd be working with a live orchestra within 10 years. Like I've never believed you, that's crazy. And I think the memory on GoldenEye was like 1 megabit, something like that, to get all the music and all the sound effects. And Banjo-Kazooie was about 1 megabit as well. Banjo-Tooie, we had like 2 megabits to get everything in. I mean, it's, it's crazy compared to what we do these days. So, the technology part is way different, but the way I write music is just the same. I haven't got any magic wands on this kind of work. And one thing I will say, I think working at Rare as a staff composer from 9 till 5 for 12 years, it teaches you a really good mantra to get into. I started writing music at 9 and I finish at 5. It's like a conveyor belt like that. And I feel like sometimes composers get a little bit like, I need to sit in a darkened room, wait for the hand of the Lord to hand me a song, Like, I'm not like that. I don't wait for inspiration, I just get on with it. I write one note, write the next note, and I just write the next note, and I just keep going till it becomes something. And I feel like, as a lot of composers have to wait for inspiration. I don't get any inspiration, I just go for it, right? So, and I kind of feel like I've taught myself that if you look at a mountain, right, and try and think of the task and go, oh my God, I'm not going to get there, just take the next step. The next baby step, anything in life really, just take the next little step before you know you'll get there. If you look at that 3-minute back piece at the start, you go, I'm never going to do this, it's far too hard. First note, write the first chord and second chord, before you know it, you start to get something. So I'm just the same as when I started. I don't know if that's good or bad, but just the same. So,
that's amazing. That's valuable career advice right there from Grant Kirkhope for free.
that's $10, please.
Davide, I wanted to ask now too, because the gameplay, the characters have changed up in Sparks of Hope. The weapons to a certain extent have changed, the abilities. Now that these characters have existed and they have personalities, we know who Rabbid Peach is, we know who Rabbid Mario, who Luigi are. How important was taking those personalities and translating it into their abilities, into their weapons?
I think it is absolutely fundamental, but also in terms of character development, there are small details that we are putting here and there. For example, Luigi in Kingdom Battle was wearing long sleeves, and today he kind of grew up into a teen, so he wanted the overalls as well as his brother Mario. So even in terms of narrative, they are growing up, and we are trying to follow their growth in terms of character and emotional palette, and transforming into abilities that are representative of their character. So it's not the case that Rabbids Rosalina has an ability that made all the people around her sleeping.
I mean, yeah, it's I just unlocked Rabbids Rosalina, so I'm very excited to start using her. But I mean, the whole cast is so fun. I'm constantly changing them out all the time to suit the needs of the battle. Now we have time for 2 more audience questions. Now, Davide, Grant's spoken quite a lot about your relationship, so I'm going to ask you this one. We can hear from your perspective. How did you two first meet?
No, I have to be honest, come on. But you are recording this, so it will be forever.
It's true, there is going to be video evidence.
So, Kirkhope is one of my favorite, probably my favorite composer of all time.
Probably.
I want to change my opinion in the future, so because of Banjo-Kazooie especially. So I really wanted to call him And the first time we met in Paris, and he didn't know that we were about to work on a game with Nintendo and with Mario. So we just bring him inside a meeting room and started to speak together. I was showing a game, but he's kind of stupid, so he didn't know that we were speaking about a game with Mario. So at some point you say, why you have Mario on the screen, right? And you say, what? That's because we are doing a game with Mario, and he went to pay. No, it has been we are friends. There is a lot of bickering, mostly because he's rude. But I don't believe that I will ever do a video game in my life without having this old man.
Right, just get a contract for that. Just sign it right now.
I mean, Grant, this is your chance. You know, is there a rebuttal? Do you remember events differently? What was your impression of Davide?
Honestly, I have to say, I really love Davide. He's a good guy. We've become close friends over the years. Even if we don't work together, I don't know how it's going to go. I hope we do. But we've got a great lick, we have a good laugh, which is you can't beat when you have a good laugh with somebody. We have a good laugh all the time. So when you just say, Grant, it's a crapper, I don't mind. We kind of laugh about it. So
I never say that.
well, I'm crying, actually. But I mean, I really feel like after being at Rare all those years, I really felt like I'm never going to get that
No, but
sensation.
sometimes I'm telling him, Grant is good. You wrote a very good piece.
Yeah,
but you're not.
once or twice.
But it's a good.
I was going to say, after being at Rare all those years, I really felt like I'm not going to get this feeling again, like working with really talented people and having this really passionate thing. And Davide and the team at Milan, it's such a joy to do it. And it feels like Rare again to me. They've got that real. You can't put it in a bottle. It's like it's a real heartfelt passion. And I've had a fantastic time working on these games. If you'd have told me in '95 I'd work on a Mario game, I'd never have believed it. I don't mind 2 Mario games, right? So it's absolutely amazing. And I do love Davide, even though I take the Nicky out of him currently all the time. I do love him really.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I mean, that's a fantastic way to end the panel, but there's one last question for Grant, and it is, can you give us your best Donkey Kong impression?
Well, I tell you what, last time we were here launching the game, right, I got everybody to do the DK rap. So, do you know the words to the DK rap? Yes. So how about if I do the drum beat, right? I start it off, you guys can finish the first verse of the chorus, how about that? So if I go do. Now he's finally here, come on.
Performing for you. If you know the words, you can join in too. Put your hands together into one clap as we take you through. It's monkey rap. DK. Donkey Kong. DK.
Donkey Kong is here! There you go, second you, okay. Banana. How about that?
Well, okay, that is the perfect way to end the panel.